All right, it's time. Another week. ZTGD Radio. This is episode 818 for October 28th, 2024. It's Halloween.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, that was beautiful too.
It's Halloween this week.
It is.
Anybody going trick-or-treating?
Boo.
My kids are.
No, man, my kid hasn't gone trick-or-treating in years now.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Like, is I know my son's like, I'm not handing out candy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow. No, my daughter is about it. She going to get some candy.
Hey, I
She
don't
the
blame
only
her.
one.
Get the candy, man.
Right.
Eat it while you
know,
can.
My son will come out a couple times while we're handing out candy and then go back inside.
Nice.
He got disillusioned a little bit on Halloween after we found out he had a tree nut allergy, because most of the candy that he could get he can't have. So now we just buy candy, and he gets some of the candy that we buy for the other trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up. Like, well, we'll give you this big bag of shit, and you can't have any of it.
Yeah.
Right.
What's funny is my brother's daughter also has a tree nut allergy, and so when we would trick-or-treat with all of them, there were two of them that couldn't eat most of the candy. So it turned into a big trade between the kids on what candy everybody knew that they could have and what candy they couldn't.
Are you allergic?
No, I'm not.
Your parents?
Nope. Well, and my brother is actually my stepbrother, so we're not blood related.
Ah, got you. Okay.
Just coincidence that they have the same
Yeah,
allergy.
I got you.
But anyway, on the show,
I'm so happy I don't have any food allergies. Sorry.
Yeah,
introduction.
I'm the same way too. I'm happy I don't have any.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
But anyway, on the show we got Terrence, as you heard.
Yes, I'm here.
We got the Wombat.
Wired app.
Burp. Video games. There's a lot of them going on. Hope you checked your embargoes before you started.
Yeah. I mean, I know I only have one new thing that I can talk about.
I'll kill the elephant in the room right now. We are not cool. We do not have Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I could talk about Phasmophobia because that's tomorrow.
Yeah, the embargo for Dragon Age drops tomorrow, so all the cool kids will tell you how good it is.
Yeah, y'all be able to see Paris. I'm sure that nigga is playing it.
Oh, for God. It's like just one beef, man.
Terrence, if you had a community, you could have got it.
I know, right?
Oh, goddamn, right there.
That's really what it is.
Shit.
Spend all your time trying to build your community. You'd have had Dragon Age already.
Instead of over here beefing with Paris, I would.
That's right.
That's what it is. That's that. I got that on my. It's a picture on my Twix thing to always remind me of. I can't really focus on the one beef, and I should be building a community. I do have that on there, but I haven't been on Twix in a while, so I haven't seen it.
I mean, this week was just like, I could tell you I'm playing Dragon Age, and I see one motherfucker. He's like, "Yeah, I got Dragon Age, but I ain't got time to review it." I'm like, "That's so fucking cool."
That was so funny. He was like, I am but one Korean. I was like, what the fuck?
I like
First
that
of
dude.
all,
No, I like that dude. I do, but like, how you gonna give a code to somebody who ain't gonna fucking review it? Like, what are we doing?
Right.
I'm still shocked. Big game.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm just shocked. Like, we're gonna give you a code. I'm gonna post on Twitter. Yeah, you should play this. It's pretty good, man. Thanks.
Right. I don't know. But I do kind of feel his stance because he's like, I'm not gonna play it because they give it to us and then want the review in a week, and it's like, well,
yeah, fuck that. I didn't do that for Star Wars. I know a lot of people rush through Star Wars. I'm like, I ain't rushing through Star Wars.
Yeah, and then one would think that you wouldn't want people to rush through it because they're probably going to miss something. Especially if your game has like crazy nuance and ridiculous stuff, like say Alan Wake that takes some, you got to like really think and whatever. Like, why would you want them to rush through it? Why is it so hard to give people time?
You shouldn't want anybody to rush through your game for review, because name me one game where you had to pound through all 40 hours of it in like 2 days and was like, oh, that was great.
Yeah, I can't think of one. Like that's. Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, when we got when I did Ghost of Tsushima 2 before release, we had plenty of time on that.
Sometimes it's weird how long you get for some games and how short you get for others. I just don't get it.
Yeah, like they'll give you like.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. I've had a game that I can't talk about for I think almost another 2 weeks. I've had it for 2 weeks. I've had this game for a month when it comes out.
Wow.
And it's just crazy to me. Like, how can I have that game, but like, you didn't give me Star Wars until like 6 days before that motherfucker was supposed to come out.
Right. In Dragon Age, you're going to see...
Is it a game you need a month to play?
No. God, no.
That's always the way it works.
Yeah. Like, there's no way I needed a month to play. This game's, I don't know. I ain't going to tell you how. It's less than Dragon Age. It's less than Star Wars.
Anyway, all the normal people listening to this podcast don't want to listen to us bitch about how not early we get our free games.
This is true. This is true. Like, this motherfucker sitting over the corner, listen to this motherfucker. You didn't get the $70 game 3 weeks early.
Yeah, you only got it for free a week early. You didn't get it 3 weeks early. Fuck out of here.
Like, I don't even care. Like, I told, what was it? We were talking in the Discord. I told Jay, I was like, I don't even give a fuck if I get Dragon Age on launch day, because that means I can take my goddamn time. And I swear to Christ, the first time PRE emails me is like, do you know when your review's going to be up? I'm just going to be like, well, you're on my list. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's the reply I get every time when I ask, like, do you have any update on codes? Well, you're on the list. We'll let you know. Your review's on my backlog now because other people got shit to me earlier.
Well, and I feel like, because, we ain't really complaining about it, but that's what it is, because it's just a time thing. Because, I mean, it's different for us because this isn't our career. Like, we're not making money off. This is what we're doing, for fun or whatever else that we have to fit into our real lives, because all of us have kids. Well, all of us have a couple who have kids, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Anthony has Sonic.
Yes. Which we will not get to know about, which makes me sad. But that's fine. It's fine.
No, I'm not complaining about when we get good. Like, I like to get them early because, fuck, I still feel like Christmas, man. Like, get that code, you, like, plug it in, you're like, oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. No, it definitely is nice,
I get excited.
The nice thing is if it's late, like you said, we don't have to rush, which is nice.
Just take my time and talk. Like, I did that with Star Wars. Like, I spent a lot of time with it. If I'd have rushed through it, dude, my score would have been at least 2 points lower. Damn.
Okay.
Well. Like, I took my time and, like, played through it. Like, I hated it when I first started playing it. Like, that opening mission, I was like, this is ass.
Yeah.
I time with Star Wars so much that I just stopped playing it.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I won't go back.
That's how bad that opening is. But, like, after I played a little while, I was like, you know what? This is serviceable. Like, this is a 6 or a 7, Where at first I like, this is like a 4 or 5. I don't like this at all.
Man.
But anyway,
I mean, it was rough. Yeah,
we probably should stop talking about stuff that we don't have or that we can't talk about, and talk about stuff that we can or do.
Yeah.
So Terrence, I'll kick it off with you
for sure.
What
you
got?
So the one that I had from last week that was embargoed that I couldn't talk about, which is crazy because it's actually been out, and I think we talked about this last week. Stuff has been out on other platforms, or that's an older game that's remade and they give us an embargo. But the Potionomics Masterwork Edition.
I don't even know what the fuck this is.
100% not your type of game. It's not a farming sim, but it's a relationship builder, deck building, store management. I'm missing something. Game.
It has that description by itself may have made Ken retire from video games.
I feel like I should. Although I just opened up the soundboard. I don't know if y'all seen it. They changed it.
You know what? They changed the little opening sound when somebody joins, and I figured it was for Halloween because it sounded like spooky.
Well, like the buttons in here are different because this is what I wanted to click for you when you gave me all of those descriptions.
Oh wow, the buttons are different. Yeah.
That's what I give you for that. Like, you basically just vomited some buzzwords, and I was immediately checked out.
And that is, yep, I figured that's how you would feel. But that's what this game mashes all that stuff together to a moderate degree of success. I liked it. Like the relationship building, it has some, really quirky characters and stuff in there. But what I didn't like was the haggling system, which is where the real gameplay comes in. Because it's like a card game for when you're selling. So the whole premise of this game is you're taking over your uncle's potion shop. He wanted to set up this shop in this town and become like the greatest potion brewer, ever. And so he dies. You're his niece who comes and takes this over, and you're trying to like kind of start from square one and figure this out. Well, when you have customers come into the shop, you have to you play this card game. So you have their patience, which is like your how long you have to make the sale this guy. But you have cards that will make them more interested, which will entice them to pay more. And then there's like, you can put up a shield because they'll get annoyed and they'll I can't remember what that is, but they'll like rebuff your sales tactics or whatever, and it takes some health away. It's not health, it's stress. That's what it is. She gets stressed out by and that's how they kind of she gets stressed out, and it's their patience that you have to like complete the sale before. Like you can finish the sale, finalize it whenever, but the whole thing is you want to obviously maximize your profit, so you got to play the card game to do that. And it never felt fun. And y'all know I fuck with card games. It didn't sound
fun, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I know. Listen, okay? Y'all just don't like card games like that. I like card games. On paper, I thought this was going to be cool. But nah, the card game itself just wasn't fun. I don't know. But yeah, it's out on Xbox now. This is like the complete edition. It has like some different romanceable characters that I guess the PC version didn't have when it first came out and stuff.
Wait, you romance your customers?
You can, yes, actually.
That's
they
live
in the
up.
town.
I'm not gonna lie.
Not every single one of them, but like some of them you can romance. Like there's one of the first people you meet. He runs the store where you go by. He's like a warlock, I guess, in training. And he runs the store. Then the second girl you meet, she's a hero. So she works at the guild, and you send her out on missions and stuff to get ingredients for you. And then, but yeah, they're romanceable as well. And there's other characters that you'll meet along the way that you can romance. Not for me though. I like those types of games, but I just really wasn't feeling the card game with this one, and it made me sad. So that was kind of the embargo thing. Outside of that, like I just kind of dabbled in a bunch of different stuff. I have a long list of review games that I have to play, but I'm not gonna lie to you. This week I just was playing hooky from a lot of that because I was like, listen, I want to play some stuff that I really want to play.
You're not allowed to do that this time of year. That's illegal.
Listen, I know it basically is. But I went back to I think I said this last week. They patched Dragon Ball Sparking Zero finally, and I was able to play online. So I was playing a bunch of matches on there, and come to find out that I'm an old man and my reflexes aren't great. So I'm not super good and ranked. So I just kind of stuck to player matches where I was competitive and had a good time. Because ranked, damn, I can't. Like I just imagine those people have fight sticks. And like I could just hear the clicks in my head of them pounding those buttons. Like it was crazy. Resident Evil 2, I played some of that. I you know what? I thought I had finished the remaster. Remake
is definitely not a remaster.
Okay, I always forget what term goes with what.
Just remember that a remaster is like the original game, just prettier.
There you go. Okay, got you. So yeah, I went back to that. I thought I had finished it, but I didn't. So I'm like Claire in the sewers.
Like
right
you.
now.
Yeah, you ain't finished. And
nah.
Did you finish both? Because they're different, right?
They are. No, I did. So I think that's what it was. I finished Leon's story, and I'm going back through it with Claire.
And
now,
there's two paths for each one.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
There's
okay.
Leon A, Leon B, Claire A, Claire B.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look that up then. I don't remember that. Okay. All right. But yeah, that game is fucking beautiful. Like I put it on my computer.
Straight 10 out of 10, baby. That game is fucking amazing.
Definitely. Like, damn, it's God. Yeah, I was playing it on PC. And happy too because the stuff carries over. So like my save from my Xbox and all that carried over, which I love.
Play anywhere, yeah.
Yep, I love the play anywhere games. I wish every game was like that. But yeah, that it went back to that. So that game is a lot of fun. I think I finished Resident Evil 3, that remake for sure. I know.
Yeah, that one's a lot shorter.
But that was short,
like 6 or 7 hours. It's not very long.
Yep. I played some more of The Quiet Place, The Road Ahead.
I want to go back to that. That game is pretty good.
It is. Like I got well beyond that opening bit that you were talking about with the tree brick because I was like, "Yep, I know what's going to happen." Yep,
it's exactly what I knew was going to happen. I was like, "That's going to happen," and then this is going to be her journey. Yeah, okay.
Yep,
we got it. Yep. We got you.
So it is really good, and I'm gonna tell you, man, you should try it with the headset mic thing. Just try it for just a session. Because it definitely adds.
I'm telling you, like, I got a child that screams running through the house like a maniac. I've got then that's even
better because it's like you don't know when it's going to happen. That's going to add to.
Do you not know my play style? My play style is I get frustrated as shit when I got to do things over and over again because of stupid things.
Oh. Okay. Well,
it's like I'm playing Dark Souls and like I play for like 40 minutes, and then I walk around a corner, some dude just smacks me in the face, and I'm like, well. That 40 minutes was pointless unless you go get your shit.
Yeah, I do hate when stuff like that happens.
So, I could just imagine if my cat starts doing parkour through the fucking hallway while I'm trying to hide for something, and the monster's like, oh, there's a cat, and he comes and eats me.
And that's, yeah. You know what? Okay, so I have a question, and I meant to put this in the Discord, because like I said, I haven't seen these movies. So what is with the sawdust on the...
So when you walk, they don't hear your footsteps.
Okay, so you're supposed to walk on all of that.
Yes.
Because, like, this one floor looked like it was, like, that they, like, I don't know, like, pried it up or something. I figured you were supposed, like, it's set up for you to walk on that stuff to be quiet, but I felt like I could hear my footsteps louder walking on that shit than I could, like,
it's probably a game design decision to let you know that you're walking on it.
You're right. Okay.
Because in the movies, they literally have trails of sawdust for the paths that they take.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that's it. This too. Okay. All right. I'm gonna watch the movies. Soon.
That first one is excellent. I really, really like that first one.
You know, if you're streaming somewhere.
Paramount, because it's owned by Paramount, I think.
I don't know if I have. Oh, I do, but I have commercials because I got a year for free of like the basic thing. Yeah, that's gonna suck watching a movie. God dang it.
Man, all right. Streaming services with commercials are now the same price they were without commercials like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
And all the phone services, like, you know how they give you services? Like you get Netflix on us, it's always the ad versions.
It's always the cheap version.
Oh, really? I did not realize
that. 100%. Like, what is it? Verizon gives you like Disney Plus or bundle, and it's all the ad shit.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I did not realize that.
Fucking streaming services.
Let's see. I'm still playing Throne and Liberty. Still not enjoying Throne and Liberty.
Yeah.
I want to like it. Jesus Christ. Because I don't know. I like the MMOs that are, because really Final Fantasy is really like the only one I put up with that is the, it's not action oriented where like, you hit the X button to attack or whatever. Like I can't think of the word. But like you attack on a timer type of like you're.
So I'm pretty sure don't they call it active time battle or something?
Actually, yeah, I think that's what it is. Something like that. Whereas Throne and Liberty, you can pull off, that's like Dragon Ball Z or not Dragon Ball Z, Devil May Cry type stuff. So you have, heavy attack, light attacks, shit like that. I really want to like it, but I just don't know what the fuck is going on. There's so much stuff. And every time, and I know this is like the free to play model, because every time you level up, like it, you ding, you level, 13, and then 17 other screens pop up saying, hey, you get a reward for this. Hey, you can, gotcha game, get this. Hey, you can do, and I'm like, fuck. What's going on? Luckily, they don't be like, "Hey, Mickey." They don't come at you like that. But it just
Are you
pops
sure
up
they
all
don't
this
do that,
shit.
or did you just ignore? Did you skip it?
I think I might have skipped it, to be honest with you.
Because I'm gonna tell you, those games are always like, "Hey, Mickey, I want to tell you about opening your inventory. Look over here. When you open your inventory, you got a knife. You can equip the knife. The knife can have ice damage on it. Hey, Mickey."
The knife can have ice damage on it.
Like, shut the fuck up and leave me alone. Just let me play the game.
Yeah, every time you level up in this, there's some shit like that. So I don't know. Anyways, played some more Visions of Mana. Still enjoying that. DC Universe Online got its Series XS version. It's already been out on PS5.
I booted it up.
Did you?
And I was like, "Yep, I don't want to play this anymore."
You know what? Exact same thing. I booted it up. I loaded my character. I flew around a little bit. I was like, huh, this looks good. And then I ran into an enemy and I was like, huh, yeah, no, I don't want to play this. And I installed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to play. I think I was in the Toy Man's area where like those dolls were throwing shit at me. And I was like,
nice.
Yeah, I think I got all I wanted out of this game when I played it. I had a level 30 character, so I don't know.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's the max. I know I did. Like when I had it on PS3, I think I got, like the first time I played this, I had because I had a Batman type character. Like I did the raids. Like I went hard in that game. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to see what it looked like. They really need to just either make a new version or, cause I mean, yeah, it looks better, but damn, it's dated. Like, golly, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, that game is like, I'm glad people still enjoy it, but I'm like, in my brain at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck are you enjoying? Because I can't find it anymore in this game.
Nope, that's where I was at. I was like, yeah, no, I'm cool. What else did I play? Oh, I bought. I think you might have picked it up too. That Killer 7 on Steam.
I did, but I can't play it.
Oh, that's what you was talking. Yeah, mine works fine, but I'm not on the Steam Deck.
So on the Steam Deck, PC. Like when you boot up a PC game, some of the older games will pop up like, what resolution do you want to run? It's like in a smaller window. Like, what resolution? How do you want to render it? What audio do you want to use? Kind of shit that pops up. Like, that just keeps popping up even after I'm into the game.
Yeah, if you go to, you may be able to find a solution to that on ProtonDB. They have some compatibility solutions and stuff for the Steam Deck on there.
Well, I've got, so Steam's not the best at like games that aren't officially. So I downloaded, what's the thing called? It's on Decky, where it tells you how good it is.
Oh, yeah.
So like the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, how well it works on the Steam Deck. This game is marked as a platinum. So I feel like it should work fine. But yeah, maybe I got to get another Proton. That's the shit.
Did you already try uninstalling it and reinstalling it?
Oh, here we go. What are you, fucking tech support?
No, they would have asked you if you unplugged it and plugged it back in.
Well, I did do that because if my Steam Deck turns off, which, by the way, my Steam Deck now boots up with the PlayStation logo.
Oh, yeah, nice. I like that you can change the. I bought some of that because I got hella of those Steam points.
Yeah, it's because you can't use them for anything.
Right,
so you can use them for fucking animations. Yeah,
that's it.
That's what I got.
Which is funny because have you ever looked at them? They're like expensive as shit.
Yes.
Like that's just ridiculous.
I think I want to end up getting the Steam Deck too. So that was my question. So like, Ryan, is there a way? I don't know if I feel like you've talked about this. You can access the other gaming stores, right? Like the. Okay.
Yeah, okay. There's so Heroic is the best one.
That's the one I use. Yeah.
Okay. So if you got to go to the desktop on your Steam Deck, and you can download it from the store that's there on the desktop. It's called Heroic Game Launcher, and it's got Amazon, Epic, and GOG.
Yeah, it doesn't have Microsoft though, unfortunately.
No, none of them have Microsoft. You gotta do some finagling to get Microsoft stuff on the deck.
Yeah,
Is it
you should.
a lot?
Yeah, it's a decent
there's a
amount.
reason
I
why
haven't
most
done it
people
yet.
don't do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've researched a bunch of this stuff too, and Brian's right. Get Heroic Launcher and also get Decky.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got Decky too to
There's so many
like change
plugins in
features and
Decky.
stuff. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Decky used
Okay.
to have a login to other store services, but they took it off.
Huh.
I was watching a video
Wow.
and the dude was like, Decky used to have the other game launchers, but they removed the plugin. So,
Weird.
yeah,
Wonder what happened there.
I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah, the fact that-
I used Heroic and just logged into everything, and it's just like a game in your Steam library, and you boot it up, and then you can just see like this fucking wall of games that you own.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
or
I-
you can actually make the you can put the individual games on your
Yeah.
home screen
If you
too.
want to go through and like mark them all, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end up getting it there. I don't think I'm gonna do the OLED one though. Because I was looking at that and that's
I can confirm that Mortal Kombat 2 does not work on Steam Deck.
wow.
I mean,
Okay.
that was one that I own the entire 1 through 4 on GOG. So I installed 2 and it just crashes.
Damn.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, that might be a proton problem. Proton problem.
It might be.
It might be a protein problem. I don't
It
know.
might be a protein problem as well. I don't know.
Yeah, the Proton DB is another good Decky plugin, so you can like swap your Proton DB.
Listen, I ain't remember all of this. I'm gonna hit y'all up in the Discord. Like I'm probably gonna cop tomorrow. It'll probably be here by like Wednesday or Thursday. So I'll hit y'all up for the links and stuff. I think that's it. No, it's not. Sorry, I played some stuff on PC. Oh, I can't talk about that yet. Like it was the first thing on here too.
Redacted.
So
you know what sucks?
back
There's a
and
game
played.
coming out next week called Redacted.
Is
I
it-
know. I
Yeah.
keep seeing that, and it keeps
Hilarious.
fucking me up. 'cause
I keep
I'm
thinking,
wait,
is there a secret game coming out? No, the game's just called Redacted.
that's
Okay.
what keeps messing me up. Yeah, and what type of game is it?
I have
haven't
no
even looked
fucking
into
clue
it.
what it is.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's Redacted.
Right. Well, guess we'll find out on release day. Wayfinder. I went back and played Wayfinder because it came out.
Are
in
you
its
allowed to talk
1.0.
about that?
Yeah, it's already out. Why can't I?
Oh, I didn't know. Like you sent me that PlayStation code. I played it, and you're like, "Well, we're gonna get Xbox codes." I'm like, "Well, I like this, so I'm gonna wait."
Oh, yeah. No, so it's already out at 1.0. Like because I reviewed it way back when, not way back when. It was like last year. But it was in early access. And so the Xbox version is coming. But yeah, it'll be here in a few weeks.
Oh, fuck! I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Let me
What?
see if I can. Hold on. I found a screenshot of Redacted.
Oh Lord.
I gotta put this in the chat. I had to copy it from my Windows because it says the image is too big.
I hate when it does stuff like that. What the what? Not as Raining Men.
What is this game?
What happened in here? Oh shit!
Apparently, it's an isometric top-down shooter,
Like
which looks
Diablo?
cool, but like that screenshot just cracked me up. Dude's like, "It's raining men, hallelujah!"
I'm curious. I might have to pick up Redacted. This screen might have sold me on the game because I like these isometric type stuff. It's a hella icons on the side though, and I'm old. What the fuck is all this? What is all that? Oh Jesus!
I can't do the 8 million icons and 600 currencies and all that bullshit.
Nope.
Facts.
That shit
like
needs to go
Suicide
away.
Squad. Jesus Christ! And I was trying to rock with Suicide Squad, but man,
Dude, I saw
no.
that's on the Steam sale for like $8.
I know. I told my son because it was on Xbox for sale like that too. I was like, "Hey, that Suicide Squad like $10 if you want a cop." He was like, "Nah, I'm cool."
I think
I got it free on Epic Games Store and I haven't played it yet.
I think
Dude,
I actually have
it'd be
it too, but I think the coolest sale I saw on the WB sale was I think the Fear Complete Pack is on there for like $8.
Mm.
Like it has
I'll
all
get that.
the expansions and all 3 games and fuck. It's like,
Does it work on the Steam Deck?
I have no clue.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look. I will buy that.
I was like, I own them all on Xbox, so I didn't bother, but I saw it.
See, I don't. I don't think I own any of them. Actually, I played them all, but I don't think I own any of them. Yeah, I have to look at that. Okay. Wayfinder. It's good. I'm glad you played it too. So before when it came out, originally it was supposed to be an MMO type game.
You can tell when you play it.
Oh yeah. So it was going to be, massively online, live service type game. And what happened is the publisher, which I can't remember which publisher, like pulled out, and Airship Syndicate was like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? So they basically retweaked the whole game, and self-published it themselves. So now it's a single player game you can play with up to 3 people if you want. But it kind of feels similar to but in a better fashion to what that Kingdoms of Amalur did. But there's still some holdover stuff here that
you can definitely tell. It's like the missions are kind of like zones.
Yep.
So it feels very much like an MMO, and then the combat is a little floaty. I'm not.
Which class did you pick?
Was it the rogue?
Okay, the one with the 2 daggers.
Yeah.
Yep, that's who I picked too.
Like
you're right.
The combat feels very floaty, and it commits a video game crime. So you can click the right analog stick to lock onto an enemy. Mm-hmm. After you kill said enemy, it does not lock onto the next enemy.
No, it does not.
And get the fuck out of here with what the hell are you doing?
It also, when you lock onto an enemy, sometimes you'll get an attack or do an attack which will remove the lock on of said enemy, which doesn't make any sense.
What are we doing in 2024, motherfuckers? Like that shit should be standard.
Yeah. But listen, the game is way better than from where I played it. Like it feels complete. I plan to really mess with it when the Xbox version hits, and I'll probably re-review it at that time. So we'll have to link up and play some of that. But I definitely enjoyed what I've played thus far. I unlocked I think 2 of the Wayfinders. And there's other ones in there. That's what they did too. So, cause it was set up before, like they had a store and like, you could pay for different skins and stuff. They took all that stuff and basically turned it into loot drops and things that you can get just for playing the game. So it now plays like Diablo. So you may end up, which has happened to me, getting like a bunch of loot drops for like Wayfinders that you don't have yet, like armor pieces. But the nice thing is that even though your rogue spawned with those daggers, you can equip any weapon. So the gun, the heavy swords, like you can equip whatever weapon to them and they can use that. It won't change their abilities, but it'll just kind of change, what weapon you have. So that's kind of nice. I played, and then I'll be done. I feel like I'm talked a long time. I'm sorry. Once Human, which it came out a while ago, but you couldn't play with a controller. And as I've said before, I'm too old to do keyboard and mouse anymore. So if it doesn't have controller support, I'm not really messing with it. But it's a live service game, which I'm sure a lot of people already checked out. But it's a 3rd-person shooter. But it's pretty good. So you have your own area where you build a base and there's like resources that you forage and find and you build equipment and stuff. But then you go out into the world where this virus is taking over and turning humans into things. Like the creature designs are fucking crazy. Like there was an enemy that had like a briefcase for a head, but the mouth had like big teeth, like big gigantic white teeth and a tongue. It was fucking wild.
What's with monsters and like being like the head thing? Because like we got Slitterhead coming out. Yeah. I'm going to talk about a game in a minute called Fear the Spotlight, where the main enemy's name is Spotlight Head. Like Pyramid Head.
That's the new thing.
Like what are we doing, man? Well, Pyramid Head is very old, but still,
it is. Yes,
the dude from The Evil Within had like a cage on his head.
All right. Yes, he did.
Like, what are we doing, man? Monsters with shit on their head. It's weird.
But this, it's free to play. It's only on PC for now. I think it's supposed to come to mobile and maybe it's coming to consoles at some point. But It's not bad. Like I said, it's a multiplayer open world survival. So if that's not
You
your
just
thing,
immediately killed it right there. You said
I know.
it's not
That's
bad.
what I'm saying.
That means like who gives a fuck kind of thing.
Oh well, that's right. You're supposed to just say it's fantastic, 10 out of 10. Everybody should. But no,
Well, no, that's the problem with these free to play games is like if you say it's okay or it's fine or whatever, like yellow card on Twitter in 6 months. Like, what are we doing?
You're right. Well, because I mean, it has to be enough to pull people from their current free to play.
Which nothing's going to do that.
Right. That's the struggle.
Like, have you heard? Like, I've talked about it a couple times on the show, but that fucking Amazon game, New World, whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like, have you heard one person talk about playing that game?
I have not actually.
and I
My
get
son
it
played
now.
the original New World. Not this sequel, but
like I just like nobody's talking about it. Like, and I get now why PR is like constantly emailing me like, "Hey, when are you gonna cover this?" I was like, "Man, this game is huge." Number one. Number two, I don't think it's very good. Like it's just kind of bland. Like I don't feel like we joked about it, but I feel like I played this. What was it? 7 years ago, and it was called Neverwinter Nights. Like I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. These
not
games.
Neverwinter Nights, just Neverwinter.
Oh, the free to play one's just called Neverwinter. Okay,
it's Neverwinter.
Okay,
yeah. Neverwinter Nights is a different game.
Yeah,
that's that old BioWare game, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Excellent. And
yeah, I just don't know, man. Like so many games coming out, it's like, well, here's the new thing. Like, yeah, but nobody cares.
Mm-hmm.
There's been 13 hero shooters this week.
Yeah, I mean for sure, and this will probably die. I mean, let's be because all of this stuff does. I just really, again, just everyone join me in prayer, okay? That Marvel Rivals makes it.
Marvel Rivals will probably be fine for a little while, but it's really coming out at it's coming out at a really bad time because name one person that you know that is not like I am so fucking tired of Marvel.
Oh yeah, facts.
Like,
there isn't one. Not for real. So yeah, you're right. Because even I think I put that in the Discord. Maybe not. I might be talking to my other friends about it, but we were talking about being over some of this Marvel stuff. Like it's just,
yeah.
But whereas before I was like, yeah, I got to see every single thing. Like I want to be dialed in. Now I'm like, shit, I'm picking and choosing. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
No, I don't
Captain
care
America
about
movie,
any of it. So
it's just it's a lot, and I think they're talking about scaling back, which is cool. But
I mean, that would be a good idea. But like, you can't even get the Blade movie out the door,
which is wild. How could you? Again, I need Anthony to come on. We gotta put out our show, man, because I really want to talk about some shit in the entertainment world, like for real. Because how do you fuck up making a Blade movie? It's just Blade fighting vampires. How can you not frame whatever around just that and it be badass? Like, what is the problem?
I'll tell you exactly what the problem is. Whoever's directing it, writing it, putting it together is like, we can't put out something that is not as good as Wesley Snipes' movie, and Wesley Snipes' first Blade movie is just perfect.
It is damn straight.
Like you can't release a movie with that movie's like 20 years old at this point. God damn.
Yeah, and that movie is so good, and it still holds up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you could watch it today, and you'd be like, "This is a good fucking movie."
Yep. Like I don't know. It's wild, and then it makes it more salt in the wound that Blade had that line in the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
He definitely is not, because now it's delayed indefinitely.
Yeah, there will only be one Blade.
Oh, I guess they might as well stop fucking around and just call Wesley like, look, man, we just gonna bring you back for a multiverse story, since have you be Blade and then pass the torch or something. I don't know, because this shit ain't working that we trying. Like, okay, let me stop talking about movies, because I can go for a while. I got a lot of shit I want to talk about movie stuff. Anyways, that's it for I think my video games that I've played. I'll have more stuff next week that will be up. Oh, you know what? I can talk about Phasmophobia real quick, because that is up tomorrow.
Like every time he gets to the end, he's like, "Oh shit, wait, one more thing."
I know. I'm sorry. And one more thing. Jackie Chan Adventures, in case anybody was wondering where that was from. Phasmophobia is a ghost hunting game. I don't believe in ghosts. My wife and them watches those ghost hunting shows and all that shit. And they're like, oh, this is so. Here's my thing about that. One, as old as the planet Earth is, and as many people have died, every inch that we move should be covered in ghost, if that's whatever. And why is it that every ghost that, these people see is always like horrible and mean? Why is there never, where's Casper? Like, there's no one is nice? And there's other stuff I could go on about this. But anyways, Phasmophobia is basically that. You're a ghost hunter. So if you've watched any of those shows, you have all the different tools. You have to forgive me because I am not a ghost hunting nerd, so I don't know all those stuff. But I know you got like a PKE meter. Sorry, that's Ghostbusters. You got they got a little spirit box and what?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's if you're into this, in the ghost hunting stuff, then you probably already know about this game. If not, well, then you could put it on your radar. It's good for what it is. There are, jump scares and stuff, like when you go into these different houses, cause you have assignments, where you have to make contact. You have to play with the mic because you have to like call out the ghost name and stuff, and like things will fly around and do stuff. And at some point they will hunt where they become like angered, and like you have to get out the house or away. And if you don't, like you'll die. Like people, you can get killed. Like I was playing with my wife and who, likes these guys. And it's so funny because she died both times. And I'm in here, and I wish I could have streamed this because I'm in here just talking shit to this ghost because I don't believe. I'm like, Clara Brown, where the fuck are you, Clara? Come on out. Show me where you are. Like, and she's like clicking on all the lights and being super respectful. And I'm just disrespecting this ghost. And I turn around and she's like floating. And then she slumps to the floor. And I'm like, oh shit. And I have to run out because she's dead. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Control wise, it has some problems. It says it's in game preview. I don't know if this is going to be its 1.0 when it comes out today, I guess, when you hear this. But like, it's very floaty. Control wise, it feels like it's still on the computer. Like it launched in VR actually. But then it's on Steam where you can play with mouse and keyboard, but playing with a controller feels very floaty. And even kind of correcting the controls a little bit, I was barely able to find something that I could tolerate, but even it still didn't feel comfortable. So it's going to need some updates and stuff on console. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Move on.
I'm gonna start every.
Oh wait! One more thing. No, I'm just playing.
I was gonna say I'm gonna start every time I talk about a game now, like as if I don't believe in the thing that's in the game. Like when I would talk about Dragon Age and be like, "Look, I don't really believe in dragons." Okay. But you had to tell me that you didn't believe in ghosts. I was like, man, I don't know. It's fine.
Listen, if you believe in that, then that's cool. I'm just not a believer. I don't know. It just, I have a lot of questions, and I
don't believe in demons, but I like to shoot them in Doom.
You know what's crazy? And this is what you know, but I don't believe in ghosts and stuff. Absolutely believe in demons. Like I play Doom and all that stuff up because I'll fuck a demon up. But like I don't fuck with like Ouija boards and all that shit because I 100% believe in demons. But like ghost and all that, nah, I don't believe in that. So yeah, that's it's funny.
All right, Wombat, what you got?
Well, nothing as interesting as any of that. Sorry, that got me there.
You okay? Did we call somebody?
I'm okay. So I played some more Wukong, and I've killed every boss except the final boss I need to kill to get out of the second chapter. So I killed all the secret bosses and everything in the second chapter.
Right on.
God damn, that game is good.
I wonder,
it's so good.
Steam Deck?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. It is very pretty, so I imagine if it runs on Steam Deck, it would have to be considerably scaled down. Gotcha. But it is very, very good. So many cool things in that game, and every chapter has like an optional secret boss that's somewhat difficult to find. but if you find them, it gives you like a power that's helpful against the chapter end boss. So it's very well structured and built. I played a decent amount more Skies of Arcadia Legends. I think, I don't know, 15 hours or so in that, on my way to the second Gigas boss. There's not really much for me to say about that game, but definitely worth playing if you've never played it.
Hell yeah. It's a good game.
And then I did go back and play some of the Steam Next Fest demos to make sure that I could talk about those a little bit since I left Terrence hanging last week. I tried to play Spirit Strike or Spirit Cross Strike, whatever it is. That I assume it's a deck thing because that looked and ran like absolute shit. So I just immediately turned it off.
Gotcha.
Karate Survivor, I played. That game's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's it's a Vampire Survivor clone. It's not really shy about it, but it's got some neat concepts. You can string similar attacks together as combos to make them do extra damage to enemies, and your guy kind of, Jackie Chan's his way around the environment, kicking buckets and throwing dishes and bottles at people and picking up brooms and hitting people with them and stuff. It's a cool game. Ken, I think you would actually like it. You should check that demo out.
What's it called again?
Karate Survivor.
Karate Survivor. All right, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up my. I can do this now. I'm gonna pick up my deck.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna search
right now.
Karate Survivor right now.
Yep. It's a Vampire Survivor clone where you basically play as Jackie Chan. That's really all you need to know about
I mean,
it.
that sounds like right up my jam.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It is dope, and I forgot it works on deck. That's gonna be
Yeah, it's not listed as working on deck, but it definitely does.
Okay.
And then I played The Spirit of the Samurai. That game's got a cool, like, stop motion looking art style. It almost looks like the backgrounds remind me of Ori. But the actual animation of the game is more like it's like stop motion almost. But man, it is not my jam at all. I thought it was boring as can be. The fighting isn't great, and you walk so slow.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not my jam. So I bailed out of that. I did play The Precinct. That game is good.
That works on deck?
It does, yeah.
Sweet.
So I will probably that game, it does pop up and say that there's a C++ edition that you have to get, but it's easy. It's as easy as clicking yes on the touch screen, and then it works from there.
Okay.
But yeah, that game, I will probably end up picking that up. It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Terrence, you talked about it last week, but basically it's it is almost like an isometric version of the original Grand Theft Auto games. So not completely top down, but sort of isometric. But you play a cop, and you can write traffic tickets and arrest people for various things. And you have a guidebook that tells you what you're allowed to do depending on what crime people are breaking. It does feel a little bit like propaganda, but it is a fun game. So I'll probably check it out once it starts.
Jesus, that's a great name. Propaganda.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But yeah. And then what else did I play? The other big one is I picked up. So Humble Bundle has Atari 50, along with a whole bunch of the Atari recharged games.
Yep, I put that in the Discord because I know Anthony likes those too.
Yeah, so that you can get all of those for $20, and so I've been playing Atari 50. I love those, the Digital Eclipse so like documentary style games. I like the Karateka, or however you pronounce that game. Karateka. I don't remember how to pronounce it.
Everybody pronounces
that
it
one
differently.
was cool too. Yeah. But Atari 50 is really neat, and if you have any nostalgia for the Atari era, it's definitely worth checking this Humble Bundle out, because they do a really good job with the background interviews and such. And also, there's a ton of games to play here, including some stuff that you're unlikely to find other places. So definitely worth checking that out. I got a coupon in that Humble Bundle for a discount on the DLC, but I've not picked the DLC up yet. And then the last game that I started playing, that Terrence, I'm very surprised that you didn't mention, and maybe you haven't played it yet, is Call of Duty.
Oh my God. You know what? I did play it, but I only really played the multiplayer, and I had talked for a really long time, so I just kind of skipped it. But go ahead.
So I am the opposite. I have no intention of ever touching the multiplayer. But I figured, since it's in Game Pass now, I would go ahead and play the single player. I have not played any of the Black Ops games. I have not played actually a Call of Duty, I don't think, since Infinite Warfare. And there's one out every fucking year. So
Facts.
to say I'm behind is an understatement.
It'd be kind of crazy cool if, like, I don't know, they'd put all those on Game Pass or something. I don't know.
It would be super cool if they would do that.
Yeah, they kind of own them. So
the Black Ops ones are the best ones, in my opinion.
I appreciate that they allow you to select which games you want to download out of their giant freaking download package. But I played the first mission, and true to form for me, I've spent the rest of the time playing it just dicking around in the house, because there's like secret stuff that you can find in the safe house.
They did that in Cold War. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been finding all the secrets in the safe house. Is what I've been doing since. So I can't speak a ton to it. It plays well. The first mission that I played, it played well, but I mean, Call of Duty's always played well, so that's not really a surprise.
So you only played that first mission where like the explosions and shit?
Yes.
Dude.
I've only played the first mission where you rescue the guy.
Dude, you gotta play the second. This game is so different than the other games.
Is it?
That
second,
I have very little exposure to the other games, because up until Modern Warfare 2, I played all of them. I finished the story in all of them. And then Infinite Warfare came out. I played the story in that one. I could not tell you the order of operations here, by the way. I have no idea what came.
No, I don't either. So,
but I have not played anything since then. So I have no backstory context or gameplay context or anything context for any of the Black Ops games.
Well, see,
I haven't played any of them.
And
I'm gathering, by the way, that this one, that I probably should have played some of them before, because this one seems to be making references to other ones. Yeah, and I have no idea what's happening. So
and that's the thing. The Black Ops ones have their own storyline that has been running through since the beginning.
Cool.
Because it started off in the Vietnam War, I think is what the first Black Ops was in. So they kind of blend real historical stuff with, Call of Duty craziness. But yeah, so this one would be the sequel to Black Ops, the last one, 5, and then I think Cold War 2, because Adler I think is in this. But yeah. Okay, yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about the campaign.
Dude, the campaign is so good. So that second mission really shows you what they're doing with this game, where like it gives you like this. You start the mission off. It's like, here's the dude we want to find. Here's the place where you can probably see him from. You figure out how to get in there. And like, you could just go in shooting everybody. That's fine. You could sneak through. I actually like jumped in the water and snuck around the back, and then like climbed up the tower and then sniped him from like 400 yards away while he was on a yacht. It was fucking awesome.
That's super cool. So it's not linear. You got your own. Nice.
Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And man, it's so good. And it plays amazingly. It looks incredible. Like this game is just like every day I think I'm gonna play a new mission. They're just super fun. And I keep hearing about this mission later in the game. People keep talking about that's like the monster mission, like the one that's really awesome. And it's not a short ass campaign either. It's like 10 hours.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard it's got a really, I guess, a kick-ass mission in there. That's, man, okay. Yeah, I'm going to start the campaign today for sure. But multiplayer is good. That Omni movement, man, that's something else.
Now, you can do that in single player.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
nice.
Like it tells you about halfway through the second mission, it's like you can do Omni movement where you can run and slide in different directions. And
oh, that's cool. Yeah, because the Omni movement thing definitely has kicked multiplayer up to the next level. I played some of the zombies as well. They went back to round-based zombies where instead of the open world that the last year's Call of Duty game had, zombies is really good as well. So I'm going to write a review for it. It just, it'll be coming when it comes.
Yeah, it's really good. Like this is probably the best Call of Duty I've played since Infinite Warfare. I really liked Infinite Warfare.
Oh man, Infinite Warfare was so good.
Yeah,
that was the space one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I didn't play.
Oh, dude, you need to play that game.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Well, if they put it on Game Pass,
well, I'm sure eventually they will. It's so funny to watch people like Damage Control for Microsoft because like I saw one of the Xbox fanboys like, man, now they just need to add the games to keep the hype up. I was like, motherfucker, they should have had the games on there to start with.
Yeah, they should have them from the very beginning.
Yes.
There's no excuse.
Nah, like what are we waiting on?
The day that thing closed and they were free and clear, they should have just had them all on there.
Yep. Even if you drop them like one a week, still put them on there. We are now over a year since that motherfucker closed.
Yep.
We still don't have like, we got like 3 games in Game Pass from Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what the count is, but
like it was enough. Diablo and then Crash and then Call of Duty.
It definitely is not enough.
No, it's not. What are we doing? You guys own these games. We want to increase Game Pass subscriptions. Well, put some motherfucking games in there that you own. I ain't gonna lie, Game Pass drops lately have been ass.
Well, I can tell you that the like secrets in the house appear to be mostly about teaching you about a whole bunch of different mechanics.
I found the black light.
Yeah, the black light will help you find clues and stuff.
Okay.
But there's a whole bunch of mechanics here. So I don't know if all of them are used everywhere else or if they're only used in this mansion, but there's a lock picking mechanic and a computer hacking mechanic and a like a code mechanic that's like Wordle. Like there's a whole bunch of different little mechanics in here. So again, I don't know if any of them are used in the campaign or if they're just in this house. But
so the lock picking I didn't even see in the house, but it's in the second mission.
Okay. But the I will say the environment of the house is really cool, and the game is beautiful, of course. I mean, there's no expectation.
You can also build up your house too with like different things for loadouts and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
The game is really good.
I'm digging it so far. I'm looking forward to playing some more of it. Again, I used to love the series, and then completely fell off of it. So I sort of fell off of all first-person shooters, and this was one of them. I just felt like the entire genre was so oversaturated.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like there was just way too many of them. So now I've given myself a very long break from first-person shooters. So it's good for me to go back and play one, and this one's good so far. So I'm looking forward to playing some more.
I think there's a lot of people in your boat, and Microsoft is going to do really well with it being in Game Pass for like people like you. They're like, well, I'd like to check this back out, but I'm not going to spend $70. I'll just fucking play it in Game Pass.
Yep. Yeah,
Nothing's...
I mean, I never would have played this if it wasn't in Game Pass.
Yeah,
so
and it's not hurting the
bonus,
sales because, like, I'm sure you saw the Steam numbers. That motherfucker's like nearing 300,000 players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this game gonna make a couple dollars, I think.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
All right. All right. I'll go through this stuff fast if I can. What did I play? I reinstalled Alan Wake 2 because that new patch is a big patch. And I've made some progress, so I think I'm gonna keep playing that. I'd like to finish it because I own both of the DLCs and I haven't even touched them. So I should probably play those.
What was this? Oh, the Lake House. That's the one that just came out.
Yeah, the Lake House just came out. So I'm also finally able to talk about Shadows of the Damned Hella Remastered. What do you want me to tell you? It's Shadows of the Damned. It's really good.
But hella remastered.
I mean, yeah, it runs better. It looks better. It's got, a little smoother controls, but it's like the same game. But if you haven't played it, fuck you, go buy this because it's like $30, I think. And it's so good. Like, yeah, this game is really good. Kong Survivor Instinct. Man, I did not want to play this.
But
and then I played it. It's kind of good. So it's not like, how do I describe it? So it's an animation platformer. So think like Flashback or like, you know what I mean? Like you have to line up with
you gotta climb down and jump. Yeah, I got you. Yep.
It's one of those with a stealth mechanic and a little bit of combat. Where you're fighting like other people, and basically it takes place of a father looking for his daughter who got lost during the Kong fight. So he's like just roaming through the city like breaking shit, and you're trying to find your daughter. It's pretty good until you have to fight multiple times. Like the combat's not. It's not great. It's best to just stand there and block and then hit him, and that gets kind of boring after a while.
Is it melee combat?
Yeah, it's melee combat. So like you pick up like a tire iron or something and just beat people with it.
Got you.
But yeah, I don't care much for the combat. But the game itself is better than I thought it would be. It's fine. What else? Okay, so Fear the Spotlight embargo's also up. I've already reviewed that. It's up on the site. It's really good. If you like those old school PS1 style survival horror games. It even has like the wobbly, like polygon stuff, which you can turn on and off if you want, and it's really well done. It also has some like modern stuff where like the lighting is better, which is really cool. It is more Amnesia than it is like Silent Hill / Resident Evil, so it's like there's no combat. It's just there's a monster hunting you. You have to solve puzzles and avoid the monster kind of thing. What's really cool is that once you beat it the first time, because the story is there's these two girls, they go sneak into a school, which they go to the occult section of their school library, which who the fuck has an occult section in their school library?
Right. What are you, they fucking go to Hogwarts? What the hell?
And then they use this Ouija board, and one of the girls gets sucked into like another world, and the other girl has to navigate the school to find her. Well, once you finish the first one where you navigate through the school, then it unlocks the other girl's campaign where you get to walk through the other world where she was, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool, actually. Okay.
Yeah, it's a cool game if you like old school, like PS1 horror stuff, like Crow Country. It's very much reminiscent of an era, and it's really well done. So I really enjoyed that. Can't talk about that. We talked about Call of Duty. I checked out a couple indie games. Nothing really stuck out. There's a game called Stilt Fella, which is impossible. I couldn't even beat the first level. Like you have to so the controls are the L and R buttons like lift the stilt off the ground, and the right and left analog sticks move them forward and backward, my brain just could not comprehend, and I just kept falling over. And I couldn't even finish the first level. I was like, you know what? I don't want to play this. I played a game called Super XYX, which is a bullet hell game. It is very bullet hell. It took me like 5 tries to beat the first level. The game was very hard. It's got some fucking awesome music though. Like I might throw some of that music on the show this week. Like it reminds me of like Neo Geo shooter music. It's really good. I played a game called Speedo Llama. If you look at the box art, you immediately understand what this game is. It's a side-scrolling shooter with like some extreme llamas. One of them is even sexualized, which what is wrong with people?
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
God,
I don't know. But it's just like a run to the left and right, shoot enemies, and collect jewels. It's very bloody. I was done after 1 level. And then I played something called Heroin Anthem 02 Scale Scars Oath. Now, if you can say that 3 times fast, you rocking it today. It is a side-scrolling action RPG that is very horny. And I just don't have the energy for games like this. It doesn't even play that great, to be honest with you.
See, that's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Jeez. And then, of course, I played Rock Band, Overwatch, and Madden because I play those every week. But I also dabbled in the Sonic X Shadow Generations. I am not the person to talk about this. Anthony needs to come on the show and talk about this game. Generations is Generations. If you've ever played it, it's amazing. It's one of the best 2D Sonic games / 3D Sonic games. It's just an amazing game.
Cool. I never played that one.
Yeah, that game is incredible.
Okay.
Shadow, I played.
And you loved it.
I think it plays like shit.
Oh, come, man.
I'm sorry.
I only wanted for the Shadow game.
Like,
damn it.
It feels, and maybe I'm doing something wrong. This is why I think I need Anthony to talk about this game. Like, the first level is like 7 minutes long, by the way, which is really Jesus fucking Christ. Long. And I don't know, like, you ever played a 3D Sonic game where you're like running real fast and, you know, jumping and dodging shit and all that? Like, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he feels so stiff, and, like, a lot of times you'll lose your speed, and, like, you have to pull the right trigger to, like, start boosting faster. And you can also pull the left trigger and, like, slow down time. And just, like, I don't know, man. There was a lot of times where, like, I just came to a dead stop when I feel like I shouldn't have. When I was trying to make precision jumps, and Shadow just felt like, I don't know, like a board in the middle of the air. Like, he just felt like he just wasn't... I don't know, man. It didn't feel fun to play that first level. And normally, the first level of a 3D Sonic game is, like, the level. Like, that's the level that sucks you in. Like, if you played Sonic Adventure, that first level is fucking wild.
Yeah.
You know, Sonic Adventure 2, he's, like, fucking skateboarding down, like, a San Francisco street. Like, it's...
Yep.
Like, that stuff is crazy. This game visually is crazy, but like I felt like I just kept hitting a wall and stopping. I'm just like, man, I don't know. I'm not feeling this game.
Is the music good?
The music is great, and boy, it is lore heavy. Like, you Sonic fan fiction people, Jesus, there's all kinds of cutscenes. There's a whole section in the Shadow game where it's like the story of Shadow, and it like does his backstory with Gerald fucking, what's his name, Robotnik. They call him by his fucking legal name, his government name.
Government name. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Fucking, and like his daughter or whatever like plays with Shadow. Like there's a whole story. Like, humans playing with these hedgehogs is fucked up. I'm sorry. But anyway, I don't know. I think Sonic people will love. I know Anthony said he's like the best 3D Sonic game ever, and I was like, man, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Too, but I mean, but you know, he's also a really big fan. But I am interested to kind of hear his opinion.
Yeah, I would take his opinion over mine. I just didn't think Shadow was that good. Generations is amazing, But I'll play some
Okay.
more Shadow, see if I dig it. But I wasn't feeling it on that first run. And then I've got 2 games I can't talk about on PlayStation. Did I play anything on Switch this week? I did just download Karate Survivor. Dude, like that is Jackie Chan.
Yeah,
It
You
looked
are
just like
playing
him.
Jackie Chan.
It's actually to the point where it's a little weird that they're calling it Karate Survivor.
Yeah,
Yep.
But yeah,
it looks like
Yeah.
the animated cartoon Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Yup. The Jackie Chan adventures. That's
Yeah.
what I
Yep.
referenced earlier. It definitely does. And wait till you start playing it, like you literally.
No, I played
Like-
it. I played through the tutorial. Like while
Okay.
Ryan was talking about something, I was playing through the
Okay.
tutorial of Karate.
It's definitely just Jackie Chan.
Also,
It's fun,
a
though.
little nitpick for like on the Steam Deck when I search, like it defaults to like stuff that works on Steam Deck. So I was like, why can't I find this game?
Oh.
And
Yep,
it's like,
okay.
well, because it's not for Steam Deck. I'm like, it works fine. Don't
Yeah,
mess
it's not
with me.
verified. Yeah.
Fuck your verification.
none of the well, I shouldn't say none. Very few of the demos are ever verified, especially during Next Fest.
Yeah.
Well, then just let me search them.
Right.
Like, can I turn that off like by default? Because it's on by default. All right. Did I play anything else? I don't. I mean, I know I did. I just can't tell you about it. But I think that covers most of the stuff. Let me look through my list of because we have a list of everything. Oh, I played the Smurfs game.
Oh, how was that?
Like normally I ignore these games, but like the PR that was coming in for this was like it's like on the level of Mario. I'm like, okay, well now we gotta know. We gotta know. It's not bad, but it ain't no Mario. Like what are you talking about here? This ain't no Mario. It ain't no Mario. It's pretty good though. It is weird that you can't control the camera. Like that's weird. But it's actually not bad.
Is this the one that's on Xbox too? 'Cause I think
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
on
one in the
everything.
store.
I forget
Okay.
what it's called. Let me see if I can pull up the name here. So I'm not. I think it just came out. I think I've played through like 4 levels of it. Where's it at? I know it just came out. Smurfs Dreams.
Mm.
It's $40. Holy shit! I mean, it's a quality game. It's a good game. Yeah, I think that's it. Just scrolling through here real quick. Now, I got that new Outbreak game, but I haven't played it. Like,
Outbreak.
so
the ones that's like
there's like
Resident
6,000 of them. Yeah.
Evil? Yeah. Okay.
There was a new game from the Airy guy this week too, but it's not Airy.
Oh.
It's called Paper Plane Arena: The Haunted House.
So it's airy, but with a paper plane instead of
Yeah.
a bird.
I think there's a
No.
whole spin-off of the Paper Plane games.
That's crazy.
Dude must be selling them if he keeps making them. Shit. Either
Yeah.
that or he's got
Mhm.
endless money to just keep making them. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about the releases for the week. I gotta go into it. It's that time of year where there's a lot of games. We've got Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. We got Deathbound, Accepted by Death. Real Fishing, Days of Summer. Core Keeper. That new Life is Strange game came out, which they were begging us to take a review code, but I couldn't find anybody to cover it. Monster High, Skulltimate Secrets. Skulltimate, that's pretty good. Neptunia, Game Maker R Evolution, so another Neptunia game coming to Xbox. Phasmophobia is in. It says game preview on here, so maybe it's not 1.0.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, okay.
Post Trauma, Shadows of Doubt, Way of the Hunter, Wild Expeditions, Retreat to Enin, E-N-E-N, however you say that. Skater Solstice, Vampire Hunters is on here for some reason, but I think it's just the expansion, right? That's out this week.
What is Vampire Hunters? What?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking Vampire Survivors. My brain got confused. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, wait, what is that?
My brain got lost. Don't pay any attention to me. The man behind the curtain does not speak for you. Redacted is out this week. That's not a joke. That's just what it's called. Clock Tower Rewind. The big release this week, I know we're all excited for, Dragon Age, The Veilguard. I really hope that game is good. Self-Delusion, Shadows of the Damned, Hella Remastered, Slime 3K, Rise Against Despot, Totally Spies, Cyber Mission. There it is, Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania, which that is a insta-buy. Arrow the Acrobat, Rascal Rival Revenge, Albatross, and Cafe Zero the Sleeping Beast Remastered.
The Sleeping Beast.
What do we got for PlayStation? Probably a lot of the same stuff. Yet we also have Arsene Lupin, Once a Thief, Inotria, The Last Song, Gory Cuddly Carnage. I'm assuming that's a physical version. Anything else? Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered is out this week.
Lord.
Which may be something I talk about next week. Moonspace Lovers, Pixel Shire, Poppy Playtime Triple Pack, Starship Troopers Continuum? What is that?
I don't know. Hang on, let me look at that.
I don't know. I thought we just had a Starship Troopers game, but
yeah. Let's see.
I don't know what Continuum is. I think Totally Spies, Cyber Mission, and Farmagia, Day 1 edition.
Oh, it's a VR game.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Anything on Xbox One and PS4 that we didn't talk about already? Let's see. Nope. For Xbox. PlayStation.
Oh, wow. They got Casper Van Dien in there and everything. It's official.
Nope. All right. Move on to the Switch. I mean, is it really official with him in it? Didn't he star in the direct-to-VHS movies? Some of them?
I think. Well, he was in the first one, and then he was in I think 2 of the direct-to-video ones because I think I saw those.
Nintendo Switch, which we got Archery Legend, Guess the Flag, Solomon Snow, First Contact, Zebulon, A Lost Cat, Keeper's Toll, The Legend of Santa. I need to know.
What? The Legend of Santa.
Vengeance Hunters. Yeah, we're about to start getting a shitload of Christmas games on Switch. So, Backrooms Party Goers. I don't think I want to play that one. We got World of Goo 2, Cell Scientist Beyond, Gladiators Arena, Love Delivery, Love in Login, Wolffang, Skullfang, Saturn Tribute Boosted. I know what that is.
Right. What?
I do. It's an old Saturn game.
Oh.
That's why it's called Saturn Tribute Boosted. Yeah, Wolffang and Skullfang were 2D action games.
When you said Wolffang, I just thought of Yamcha's attack from Dragon Ball Z.
Of course you did.
Fist. That's what I thought it was. Yeah.
Astral Flux, Coloring Pixels Collection 5, Faith the Unholy Trinity, Ghost Assassin Stealth Strike, Legends of Hieropolis DX, Magic Cats Pots.
Yep. Okay.
Raiden Nova. The Stalker games are coming to Switch this week. I'm going to try to say this. Senkaku Doku.
Okay.
Self-Delusion. Shiren the Wanderer, the Mystery Dungeon of Serpent Coil Island plus Pack 2. Synaxarian Christian Stories, Great Martyr Christina of Tyre.
Alrighty. What?
I feel like I need to look this one up. I feel like I need some context here. I mean, that's just Jesus.
Yeah, that's Jesus.
Locked in a tower from a young age, Christina sought the architect of creation.
So she looking for Jesus?
It's in 200 AD. She was locked in a tower by her father, gazing out The magnificent world outside, she sought the true creator of the universe, and he revealed himself to her. This is her story.
Okay.
It says it's 40 to 60 minutes to complete this experience.
All right.
It's very much a Jesus game. So, the Bunny Graveyard, Wormhole, A Walk with Yai. I don't. Yia. How would you say that?
Yeah. I guess I don't know. That's why.
I'm butchering the shit out of that, and I apologize.
Yep.
Cafe Zero, The Sleeping Beast Remastered, Mars Survivor, Shanghai Mahjong Solitaire Deluxe. That sounds like a lot. Space Planet Invader, Cosmic Power, Wings of Njord, and Zombies Crusher. Oh, what the fuck is this? There's a game coming out called Body Cam Shooter.
Oh, wait, is it already out?
No, it comes out November 2nd for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I bet that's okay, because there's one that's coming to Steam that's called Body Cam. It might have already came out, but I think, because I vaguely recall hearing the people were disappointed because it ended up being like a multiplayer shooter, but like graphically it looked crazy. Yeah,
I don't think that's this one. This is a Switch.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna say no. The Street Survival Homeless Simulator. There you go.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's do some news. Black Myth Wukong was rated by the ESRB for Xbox.
I hope it comes to Xbox.
It is. It's just, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Arrowhead CM said it's on Phil and Sony to bring Helldivers 2 to Xbox. It's not up to us, but to Sony and Phil to duke it out. But hypothetically speaking, if both partners think it would benefit from a financial brand standpoint, it could. So,
hypothetically speaking, I feel like these conversations have already been had.
Yeah. Sony's never going to do it. So it was there.
I don't think they will.
After nearly 4 years, the Xbox Series X is now the majority of the consoles sold. I think it's 51 to 49 now. Took 4 years.
Wow. I didn't realize. Okay.
The new Xbox wireless headset is now available in supported markets. And Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said, "I made so much money this year." No, he told shareholders that they now own over 20 IPs with over $1 billion in lifetime revenue. He also made it clear that more titles are coming to PlayStation and Switch as we, quote, "as we continue to extend our content to new platforms." Shocker, shocker, shocker.
Yep.
Insomniac has no more story content planned for Marvel Spider-Man 2. Astrobot's latest speedrun level, Let It Slide, is now available. I did not play this. Speedrun levels ain't for me. Like, I see people going banana sandwiches on these things, but like, I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same way with those.
I don't play Astrobot to speedrun. I play Astrobot for the fun levels, which I'm sure these levels are fun, but like at this point, I think I'll just wait till they're all out and just run through them like a world or something. Japan is getting a branded Monster Hunter Wilds DualSense and console cover.
That's cool.
What do we got here? Acquire, for the people who made Octopath Traveler, is the co-developer of Mario and Luigi Brothership. I still think it's funny that these are news. Like, Nintendo, just fucking say it.
Right?
What are we doing? Katsura Hashino, the director of Metaphor Refantasio, said he's already working on his next game.
I want to play that. I don't have time. I saw that it's like 100 hours. And
of course it is. It's an Atlas RPG.
I ain't got time, but it looks so good.
Everybody says it's good. I booted it up and I was like, this ain't for me. Maybe I'll try it again at some point. Sony offered Pearl Abyss a timed exclusivity deal for Crimson Desert, which would exclude an Xbox release for a period of time, but Pearl Abyss refused the offer.
Good.
I mean, Sony is just going to keep doing this. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what though? I'm not even mad at them because at the end of the day,
it's
it's business.
Yeah.
Shoot your shot. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Hey, we want to put it over. Absolutely, that's what you should do. But more of these companies should say no, because I mean, I feel like you're going to get more money putting it more places.
Ain't nobody benefited from these deals yet. Like,
No.
Final Fantasy didn't make its expectations. Silent Hill only sold like 1 million copies. I mean, we can go back to Tomb Raider for the Xbox. That thing flopped hard because it was only on Xbox. Like, these don't benefit anybody except the platform holder and fanboys.
That's it. That is it.
Like, stop doing it. Like, it's not like people should just be able to play wherever they want to play. Who gives a fuck?
Yep.
You're still arguing about plastic boxes, and you need to fucking go back to elementary school or some shit. I don't know. Monster Hunter Wilds open beta test period announced. Speaking of exclusivity deals, if you have PlayStation, you get it early. 2 days.
Next week.
Yep.
For what is this?
Monster Hunter Wilds beta test.
I gotta wait till I saw that. I'm gonna wait till the Xbox. I'm so excited to try this.
Yeah, you only get it for 2 days though, because
Yeah, I know. But that's all I need. I just really need to go on like one hunt because I'm really just
there's
the frame
only
rate
one
stuff
hunt.
Is what's bothering me. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, the beta contains character creation, story trial, and the Doshiguma hunt.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I just need to fill it out.
Yeah, so timed exclusivity on a fucking beta. What are we doing?
That is wild.
PM Studios is publishing a physical version of Black Myth Wukong for the PlayStation 5. The next game from Hazelight Studios, It Takes Two, is rumored to be called Split Fiction.
All right.
I don't know what that means, so like, show me the game, then we'll talk. I mean, It Takes Two is amazing, so
I'm going to finish it one day.
It's fucking amazing. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming to theaters December 5th, 2025. Surgeon Studios, the developers behind Tales of Kinzera Zao, is working on Project Uso and is currently searching for a funding partner. They describe Project Uso as an Afro-Gothic RPG inspired by Planescape Torment.
I saw that. That sounds interesting. But we'll see.
Roblox updated its policy for preteens after multiple reports of child safety features. Children will now need parental permission to use some chat features. Warcraft 30th Anniversary Direct is set for November 13th at 10 a.m. 30 years.
It's unbelievable.
And is this is Warcraft as a whole, not just
Warcraft as a whole. World of Warcraft just had their 20th.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, okay.
30 years.
Oh yeah, and I've played it since 1.
Hey, you know what would be cool? Putting the games on Game Pass. Just saying.
Would be cool.
God damn. StarCraft is coming, so I'm sure they'll. You know what?
Yeah,
this
it's so
celebration
cool that
probably
StarCraft is coming to Game Pass after fucking 20 years. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but they're probably getting ready to add Warcraft on there with this celebration stuff. That's probably gonna be part of the announcement.
Shit just should have been on there.
I agree.
Fucking Telltale is confirmed that The Wolf Among Us 2 is not canceled. Dude, just cancel it at this point. Like, I don't.
They might as well. I forgot about that game.
Everybody forgot about that game.
It's crazy because the first one is so good.
Speaking of good games, Giant Sparrow, the team behind What Remains of Edith Finch, is teasing its next game.
Oh, great game.
Yeah, still in early development. It explores the wonders and horrors of biology. Oh, goodness.
Oh, okay.
You play as a field biologist inspired by Eco, Spirited Away, and David Attenborough nature documentaries.
All right.
That's a funny combination, I'm not gonna lie. Netflix is shutting down its AAA game studio, which was run by Joseph Staten from 343 Industries, who ran Halo. They also apparently just hired a new Halo director. Huh. Does he come back for the third time? In sad news this week, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is not getting a sequel. The team has been disbanded and moved to other projects. According to Insider Gaming, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown only sold 1 million copies. And the team was moved to 3 other projects, including Project OVR, Ghost Recon, and Beyond Good and Evil 2, as well as a project...
Talking about a game that should just be canceled. Like, what are we doing?
As well as Project Steambot and a Rayman remake.
Oh, that could be cool.
I mean, ain't none of these games coming out. Also, y'all suck for not buying Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
You really
awesome.
do, because that game is really good.
Netflix, Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft has been renewed for season 2. I've been trying to watch it. Like, I still can't get through the first episode. I don't know. Maybe I just don't care.
Is it bad? I heard it didn't review well. I haven't seen it.
I think it's
but it
fine.
didn't review well.
Like,
okay.
But it's just like, I'm not... Do I really need the origin story of Lara Croft again?
That's what the complaints was in the review, that the show feels more that it's like Laura's origins and not really about like tomb raiding. You know what I mean? Like, she's not really doing it. It's like rehashing her origin story.
I mean, we've done it now like 5 times. It's kind of like the Batman origin story. Like, I don't need it. I'm just saying. Wow. EA Sports College Football 25 is now the all-time best-selling football game in the U.S.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money. Undisputed sold 1 million copies in a week.
That's good.
The Elder Scrolls Online has now surpassed 25 million players. Crow Country sold 100,000 copies. And DayZ hit a new concurrent players record on Steam with over 78,000. Console was 33,000 on PlayStation and 36,000 on Xbox. Hey, Xbox won something. Congrats. Just real quick, look at some release info. Do we get some new stuff this week? We already talked about the Alan Wake patch. Vampire Survivors Ode to Castlevania we talked about. Croc Legend of the Gobos is coming soon to everything. Can't wait for that. Sniper Elite Resistance launches January 30th. Yooka-Replay has been announced for consoles. It was already announced for PC. But this may be the first game announced for the Switch 2 because they said it's coming to Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and quote-unquote Nintendo. What else we got? New No Man's Sky, Expedition 16, The Cursed. It's for Halloween.
It's a cool, like flying saucer ship too that it's adding.
The most ironic name for a video game ever, Please Insert Disc, was announced for the PC, which is ironic as hell because PCs don't have disc trays.
Not anymore.
A PlayStation 5 retail version of Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, and Resident Evil Biohazard launches on December 6th in Europe, December 26th in Japan, and January 2025 in North America. Fuck yeah. Just check any updated news. Sonic X Shadow sold 1 million copies. Oregon Trail has an action comedy movie in development at Apple.
Which is crazy to me, but okay.
I mean, why not? We had a Tetris movie.
You know what? Touche. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was actually kind of good.
All right. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Do anybody own a PSP?
No. Not anymore.
Yes, technically, although I'm pretty sure it got stolen because I have no idea where it is.
Well, so. if you don't know if you know where it is, you need to pull it out because then batteries be swelling.
Oh yeah, I have no idea where it is.
Oh,
like I said, I'm pretty sure that it got stolen a long time ago.
Yeah, the
They
batteries
exploded or
are
something?
yeah, like the old batteries are swelling. They're going to cause fires and shit. So take care of that.
Oh man.
Apparently that Killer 7 update has AI upscaled cutscenes and graphics, and they don't look very good. So maybe I dodged a bullet by not playing it.
Okay, that game is weird. I said I played it like very briefly, because I thought it was a third person, whatever it is, but it isn't. Like you go into combat and it's in first person and you shoot these weird. That game is weird.
Yes,
I don't know.
It's a pseudo joint, and it's very weird.
Okay, all right, yeah, I would mess with it some more, but I was like, what the hell? It definitely was not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's something. All right, we got some emails we're going to go through here. Peter writes in, our good friend Peter, Ryan's good friend Peter. Thank you for sharing the other podcasts that you listen to. We'll check out Laps Fan. Would love a comic book deep dive with Terrence and Anthony. There you go.
Hell yeah.
Hey, there you go. There's another vote.
Yeah, 2 listeners now. I've never read much, but love comic book content and animation, movies, and games. I owned Wolverine on the NES. It's a bad game that I love. I also had X-Men on the Game Gear.
I rented it. I rented it a lot. I never owned it, but
I never even
it's
played
also
that.
a bad game that I love.
Fucking Wolverine on the NES, when you pulled your claws out, it did damage to you.
Yeah, well.
So like
they were piercing through his skin. So.
But he has healing factor.
Right. Oh
yeah.
man.
Fucking LJN. Get the fuck out of
here. I also have an affinity for that game.
We all have affinity for bad games. We just do.
It's true.
We do.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's currently watching.
That was a Marsh rental for me.
Marsh rentals were the best.
Grocery store in Middletown called Marsh, and I used to rent games there.
There was one in Franklin too. I rented games at the Franklin store. Mm-hmm. Man, I loved those fucking clear laminated things you took out to rent it. I loved it.
Yep.
Currently watching original X-Men animation after loving X-Men 97 so much, it still holds up.
Yes, it does.
He says Japanese Toto toilet seats are awesome. I could confirm you save a lot of money on toilet paper. It's also a game changer in the winter with the heated seat.
Oh, I bet.
Oh man, he got one. Oh, like it's funny. Me and my wife were talking about that the other day. Like, man, maybe we should just. We got a bidet, like on our. It's like, man, maybe we should get a Japanese toilet because those are nice. That's funny.
He says right here, it's pretty easy to install as long as you have access to electricity fairly close to your toilet. It'll set you back about $200 to $400, depending on the design of your toilet. But the quality of life improvement and TP savings are worth it. Man, toilet paper, fuck, like $20 a week.
That's why we put bidets on both our because that alone has saved us on toilet paper because we was going through that shit. And then no pun intended. And then my one son just used toilet paper. I don't know what he was doing. Like this man, oh my God. Like when he lived here, I don't know if he was eating the toilet paper or what, but like we was spending a fortune.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Every time I go in the bathroom, there's a new roll on the thing. I was like, God damn, son, what are you doing?
Yeah, like what the fuck are you in here doing? But yeah, I thought those toilets were more expensive. $400, that's not bad at all. We gonna look into these. We gonna look into this.
He also says it was a Pepsi promotion, not Mountain Dew for the Jet.
I thought it was Mountain Dew.
He said there's a Netflix documentary that is worth watching. It was part of a Pepsi Point promotion. I still have my Pepsi Point CD wallet.
Oh, that's where I remembered seeing it when they were talking about the documentary. Because I remembered seeing something about that thing. So that must have been what that was.
Yeah. He said chicken Big Mac tastes like a chicken nugget sandwich. I tried, but it's not worth it. And then he just has a picture of Denzel that says Monica.
Yeah, a chicken nugget sandwich just did the opposite of selling me on that.
For sure.
Yeah,
like
what's funny? Terrible.
That's what it looks like. When they went in the picture, like when you at McDonald's, like it looks like a chicken, like a bigger chicken nugget. Like that's all. Yeah, I'm cool on the chicken.
I don't even like McDonald's chicken nuggets. Like I love chicken nuggets, but I do not like McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Nah.
All right, he says, can you do a recap of how everyone knows each other? My understanding is that Ryan and Ken are part of the original crew that started the podcast back in the day. Terrence and Anthony joined later. I assume Ryan, Ken, and Terrence are from Ohio, and Anthony is Canadian since he brings it up all the time and his accent. Love the show. Love you guys.
Love you too, man. Thanks for the love. And yeah, that is correct. I think that because those two niggas grew up together. And I came along because I met them working at Games. No, where we work? EB Games.
EB Games, man.
Before they got bought.
Well, yeah, it was the what was it? The Brian Peterson, like, we know this dude that works at the theater.
Yep. Yeah, it was like 6 degrees of Brian Peterson, pretty much.
Yeah,
all of us.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, you knew Jason Gambrell, Gambus Khan.
I met him when I was in high school. Yeah, I met him in high school.
Right, and then, I met Ken through Brian.
Yep.
And then I met Justin through Brian.
Yep.
And you probably Ken.
Yeah, I met him through Brian as well.
Then,
yep.
And then I met Terrence through Justin. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because Justin was like, I know the dude at the movie theater.
Right.
And we'll get in to see the movies for free. And it ended up being Terrence, and that's where we met you at the movie theater.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And then I ended up working for Brian.
Yep.
Which was awesome. Yep.
Yep. So it was like a big, like I said, 6 degrees of the boogeyman, Brian Peterson.
Yeah, because he was working. Funny. It was funny because he worked at the store that I shopped at, and he and I would just chat about games, and we kind of hit it off. And then I went to work for him, and then I met Ryan, who was working down at FYE, and then Ryan came and worked with us.
Yep.
It's like just like a big collection of people working. It's all about GameStop and EB Games, truly. Pretty much,
yeah. I needed a second job, so Brian was like, "Well, hey, I know this guy that runs the EB in Middletown. You might be able to get a job there," and that's how I ended up there.
Yeah, nice. Exactly what happened.
And then, and then we started this. Well, first I started writing for the site probably about the same year that I started working at EB. I think it was probably 2004.
Yeah, because we could just take games home. So we're like, well, we'll take them home and we'll review them, and then we'll bring them back.
Yeah.
Man, those were the good old days, man. Those checkouts.
Yeah. And then we started the podcast in 2006, as we've said many times, around a coffee table in my living room with one microphone.
Yeah, one shitty fucking Walmart microphone.
USB microphone.
Yeah, plugged into a goddamn laptop.
And nice. Justin was sitting way too far away from the microphone, so you could barely hear him.
Yeah, and then he hit his fist on that wooden table, and you can hear it in the show.
Yeah.
We did not have any professionalism then, and we still don't have it today.
And we still don't. We still haven't picked any up 18 years later. But yeah, that's how. And then John Whitehouse, who was on the show for a while, and Drew and Anthony and Jay were all listeners.
Yes.
Who eventually ended up writing for the site and being on the show.
Drew had his own site with other people, and
so did John.
Yeah, and like I went on Drew's podcast once, and then he came onto our podcast, and then that site got shut down, and I'm like, well, hey, you want to come over here? He's like, sure, and then there you go.
And I think John Whitehouse and his site or in his podcast, I think he ended up in our orbit because of Gambus, because Jason was listening to his podcast.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Sparked up a connection there.
Jay's was hilarious because he was listening to Drew and Matt go through what's the Obsidian RPG Alpha Protocol?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was listening to those because he didn't know anybody else that actually had affinity for that game. So that's where that came from.
Yeah, so he was a Phoenix Down pull then.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a whole laundry list of people that have done something for the site in the contact page. I can't go through them all, but there's a lot.
Oh yeah. We've had a lot of folks in and out over the years.
And one of them was on one podcast and still has a joke. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, 1 out of 819.
Yeah, and that joke's
sparked the
still
lasting
running.
Joke. Yep.
What was it?
Puzzle
Who was
Quest.
it?
Puzzle Quest.
Uh,
You had to be
okay.
there for it. It was fucking hilarious on the show, but yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Came out of nowhere. He's like, "What do you think?" Puzzle Quest.
All right.
Yep. That was a long running joke for a very long time. And then we did the show at Ken's house
Yes,
for a while.
in the loft, which was
And
hot
in
as
the loft,
balls.
hot
It
as
definitely
shit.
was. I remember that.
And,
yeah, that's when I came in.
We recreated the pit from Mortal Kombat and Jason's spiky hair.
We did.
That video exists somewhere.
It's on
know where.
YouTube. You can go watch it.
We have the video of Jason talking into the camera that's up somewhere too.
Yep.
And then the Rock Band video is out there somewhere too, I'm sure.
Yep. Journey's "Don't Stop Believing," sung by Gambus
Yep.
Khan. It's out there.
Yep.
A lot of things out there.
A lot of things out there.
As we told Jason, there was going to be a video camera, and motherfucker wears a sport coat.
I want to look my best.
Yeah.
Nice.
He had to show up, man. You know.
Show up and show out.
That's right.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody matched his fucking Riz sense. You know that's true.
It's true. Yeah.
Motherfucker is just. God, I miss him.
He was like I tell you what, early on in the show, man, he was like the connection machine.
Oh yeah.
He was building relationships with other podcasts left and right. It's like every week it was like, hey, I talked to these guys and they want to do a guest spot and they want to have us do a guest spot. It was like he was the only one that took it seriously. For
Yeah,
like the first
I was like, what are you talking about?
18 years of the podcast. None of the rest of us have taken it serious at all.
All right.
There's also probably video out there of that Jason and I recorded. Remember when he and I went to that MLG event?
Oh yeah.
And we covered that for the show. I know we recorded interviews for that, but I have no idea whatever happened to that footage.
Dude, there's an interview of me interviewing Tommy Tallarico somewhere in the world, and I don't know where it is.
Yeah, I have no idea what we ever ended up doing with those MLG videos. I mean, that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So heaven only knows.
It's before. It's like when you actually had to transfer shit to the PC.
Well, yeah, it was like actual Sony Handycam video. It wasn't a cell phone video because I didn't even have an iPhone yet, I don't think, when we went to that event.
Nope.
So, yes, that's right. This podcast existed before the iPhone did.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
Let that sink
As a matter
in.
of fact, Terrence was the first person I ever knew that had an iPhone.
I think Justin was
wow.
the first person I knew that had an iPhone. That's wild, man. All right. I have 2 more emails, but I'm going to save one because one is literally titled, Hey, Anthony.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should save that one.
We'll save that one for next week. But this next one is interesting, and it's something that I think would be fun to talk about. This comes from Daryl. He says, hey, all, I listened to the podcast last week, and I just wanted to ask a couple questions to Ken. He says, can you give us a little inside baseball about the process of getting games from PR at gaming companies? Do they reach out to you? Are these companies who reached out to you based on the number of listeners? Or are they old contacts that just send codes? Can you share some stories of getting codes, maybe a PR person getting angry about a bad review? Do they blacklist you? Any other things you can share? Company names would make it more interesting.
Hey man, I could tell you a story about my Wayfinder stuff, but I don't know if that quantify. I guess it kind of does because that review was bad and they didn't like it.
Dude,
go ahead.
We joked just a second ago that this podcast existed before there were iPhones. My friends, this podcast and this website existed when they were still sending out physical media to people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
In fact, this website existed when they could only send physical media.
When digital codes didn't even exist.
Yeah, there was no digital storefront. So I have contacts that I have known for a long time. So it's kind of both as far as how we get the codes. Like, we definitely get people who reach out to us, but also we reach out to people if we see something that is interesting. We absolutely cannot cover everything. There are probably, at any given moment, 50 to 60 codes sitting in my inbox somewhere that have never been redeemed. Just because there's too many games.
We get a lot of PR emails for smaller games and stuff.
Yeah, and
I get them too.
Never end up getting covered.
You just can't find time to just cover all of these games that come out. As far as the big games go, it's mostly it's become a, we're interested in reviewing this game. Okay, fill out this form and we'll get back to you, kind of thing. Which is sometimes good, sometimes bad. There are definitely certain. I'm not going to go into I could write a book on the inside baseball of PR stuff, but there are definitely companies who are really nice and are very helpful and even offer extra codes.
Mm-hmm.
And there are companies who you have to consistently badger to get one code for one thing. And there's definitely favoritism. I'm not going to tell you there's not. There definitely is.
Well, you correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, because you kind of coordinate all the shit, but there are codes that we get specifically because we're on Metacritic, right?
Yep.
There's stuff that we get that we probably wouldn't get if we weren't a Metacritic listed reviewer.
Which is funny because it's not the big ones that you would think.
Right.
It's smaller ones that they're like, oh, are you on Metacritic? We'll definitely send you a code because we need a Metacritic review.
Oh, yeah, they want their number. Yep, I got you.
They just want it to be out in front of somebody because they only have one or two reviews. And the thing about Metacritic is you have to have at least, 5 reviews before you actually get a score?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
so they want enough reviews to make sure that they can get a score.
Yeah, so we get a lot of those kind of things. And the Metacritic story is funny because we got listed on it super early, before it was really big. So we're considered one of the legacy sites on Metacritic, which is we've been called out on that on other podcasts because people are mad that we're on. I was like, well, motherfucker, I've been around since 1996. Come at me, bitch.
What do you? Yeah, I can't recall a scenario where we've been threatened to be blacklisted or anything over a review score.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think that's ever happened, as far as I'm aware.
No.
I'm not saying that it maybe hasn't happened at another site at some point, but definitely not at our site. I don't recall ever getting any hassle or flack or anything about a review score.
Nope, absolutely not. We've never not
from a company. We get plenty of hassle about review scores from regular people.
Oh, sure. 100%.
But not from a company. No.
Yeah, and I
ever really cared about what review score got put out there.
Nope.
Well, my little story, they did, but it was fair, honestly, because it was based on the early access version of the game, which isn't complete. And I think that you had that policy too, but I kind of fucked up because I didn't realize some of that shit was early access. But I don't want to review early access shit anymore either because it's not. So what happened with, and I'll briefly run it down. What happened with Wayfinders is they reached out because we had reviewed it, and there were other sites that had reviewed it too. Because I remember seeing the Metacritic scores. It wasn't just us, but they must have pulled them down or whatever. But it was a 5 is what I gave it because that's what it deserved. That's what I felt it deserved. And it has been early access for a year, and their official release was last week, and they were like, "Hey, listen, your score is based on an early access build, and they were like, hey, just check us out again and re-review it, blah, 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 because this is going to kill our numbers, whatever, if you can do something, what have you." And, after thinking about it, because it was based on early access, we, did the due diligence and pulled our review or whatever and told them we would go back and look at it again. So never the whole, we're going to blacklist you because your score was bad. But in this case, because it was based on an early access thing, and the game completely changed. Like I talked about before, it was an MMO at first when I played it. Now it's a single player thing. They, changed a whole lot. So that review didn't even speak to what the game really was. So, but yeah, nothing getting blacklisted or shit.
No, I've never had anybody. Now, PR will reach out if there's an inaccuracy in a review. Like if we put the wrong price or if we put a feature that was changed or I have had PR people ask me for scores beforehand, but they never get mad if I tell them no, because I always tell them no. We've never had any issues of we've given games really bad scores and they'll still send us the next code. Like PR people tell me all the time, it's not that they ideally want to see a bad score, but they're not, they know, these guys know what they have. Like when they send out the game, they know. This is going to get ripped for this. This is going to be good. This is
nobody's putting out destroy all humans, Big Willie Unleashed, and expecting it to get 10s across the board.
No,
not at all. Now, as I've gotten into doing more bigger stuff, like TVs and stuff, that's a whole different process.
It's a whole different set of tests and stuff that you would have to.
Well, it's dealing with PRs is a lot different too. It's
Oh, okay, I got you.
You have to kind of give some numbers of what you're going to do. You have to lay out your coverage plans of this is how I'm going to handle this, and
okay.
So that's what you start getting into the bigger stuff. It's like that, but that's been relatively new. So I think Anthony said he's going to start reviewing comic books. So.
I actually want to do the same. See, man, me and him need to get on this shit because I'm doing the same thing. I have 3 videos actually that I've already filmed that I have reviewed: the Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and I can't remember what the other one was. It's a Marvel comic, but I don't know when I'm going to put them up, where I'm going to put them. But I'm trying to do the same thing. I gotta talk to Anthony. We gotta get this shit.
Well,
together.
I'm glad you guys got the energy because I'm an old man.
I'm an old man too. I don't know.
I
don't know. I want to. I myself am a personality. I wanted to be an actor when I was young. I feel like I need to do videos and shit. I enjoy doing that. That stuff is fun to me. Doing this podcast is fun to me. That's really why I want to do it. So it's not even trying to make money, for real. If I do, hey, that's great. But really, it's just because it's fun. So
another thing I can promise you about PR is that it could literally be somebody's full-time job.
Oh, yeah.
It is a monster thing to deal with.
Jesus.
That's why I built those Google spreadsheets so y'all could keep track of this shit because I can't.
And it's some of them because they'll reach out to us, individually because I get emails and I'm like, oh my God.
I try to keep that it's not that I don't want you guys to be able to get shit from people, but I'm if we start doing that, then shit gets over. I've had problems in the past where shit gets overlapped and I'm not going to name names here. But somebody got us in trouble with PR for that shit.
Yeah, no, I 100%. I understand why you do it. It's only been a couple things where they've reached out directly because they've heard me talk about a card game, that.
Oh, sure, yeah,
Forge or whatever, that type of shit. But yeah, the reason I don't want to do all the reaching out myself is like you said, because I'll lose track. Man, I have so many fucking orbs spinning. You know what I mean? I will lose track of what I'm supposed to be where and when. Nah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
PR shit is a lot.
Not to name companies or people who did it, but there was one incident where somebody was doing something on their own and the company reached out to me and was like, hey, this needs to stop.
Oh.
And I was like, nope, I get it. I respect it. I did not sanction any part of this, and that person ended up never writing for us again.
Yeah, see, they was doing too much.
They did way too much. I have to tell you about that one offline because that was.
I got you.
Oof. I was pissed because it wasn't no small company. It was one of the big daddies. I was mad. Anyway, finish up this email.
I believe we are. I believe we are still paying some price at that company today for that incident, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't. Maybe we're thinking of different things, but we'll check after.
We may be thinking of different things. Yeah.
All right, just to finish out this email, this will be the last part because I don't have any tweets. It says, lastly, I wanted just to put my 2 cents in about Xbox games on PS5. Last week, they say there is a red line when it comes to putting Halo and Gears on PS5. To me, that's not even a surprise. It's first-party Xbox game studios. I can see established franchises and also those with heavy multiplayer going to PS5 because those franchises have an established fan base and multiplayer games need players. So those make sense. So obviously Doom, Fallout, likely Outer Worlds will be multi-platform, but others like Avowed, Starfield, Fable, and South of Midnight would not. I doubt Forza would, as Sony would would not want the competition with Gran Turismo. Anyway, keep up the good work. Thanks, Daryl. I don't know what Microsoft's going to do, truly.
I think it's fair. I think I think it's kind of becoming clear to everybody that no one is best served, as Ken already said, by these exclusives except for the platform holders. So hopefully, at least some, like I'd love to see Helldivers on Xbox, because stuff like that gives a multiplayer game an additional boost in player count. So
yes,
100%, and it'll revitalize that game, because a lot of people dropped off.
Yep.
If the Xbox community joins in, the PlayStation guys will come back, and the PC guys will come back. So,
yep,
like, it's a win-win for everybody. The only people who don't like the win is people who are like, I need to justify my PlayStation.
Exactly.
Just stupid. But anyway, that's it for this week. We continue, man. There's a lot of games coming. We've still got quite a few releases for the rest of the year. There's lots more games to talk about going forward. So if you want to email us, I love the email about PR. That's a fun conversation to have without giving too much away on some things. You can email us at podcasts@ztgd.com. You can also tweet at us at Twitter, ZTGD Radio on Twitter. But that's it. I don't think I have anything else. I'm gonna go eat some pizza, watch some football. Anyway, nobody has anything else. We'll get out of here. Peace, bitches.
Alrighty. And it goes something like this.